Nobody in Ash Hollow talks about the old church anymore, not because they forgot it, but because every family there has someone who never came back from it. In the hills of West Virginia sits a forgotten town called Ash Hollow. It's the kind of place where abandoned porches still have rocking chairs, old pickup trucks rust quietly in the weeds, and every Sunday morning, the church bell rings. The strange part: there hasn't been a pastor there since 1983. My name is Ethan Carter. I wasn't looking for ghosts. I restore abandoned buildings for historical archives, and in the fall of 2024, the county hired me to inspect St. Bartholomew's Church, a wooden chapel built in 1891 that had been abandoned for decades. The locals refused to go anywhere near it. One elderly woman at the diner only looked up once when I mentioned the church. She quietly said, "If you hear singing, don't answer it." That was all. The church sat at the end of a gravel road hidden beneath massive oak trees. Its white paint had turned gray. Most windows were broken. Yet something immediately felt wrong. The front doors were perfectly polished. No dust. No rot. As if someone still touched them every day. Inside, everything smelled like old wood and candle wax. Rows of pews stood untouched. An ancient piano rested near the altar. No electricity. No footprints. Just silence. Then I noticed something impossible. Fresh flowers. White lilies. They couldn't have been there longer than 2 days. I searched every room. No signs anyone lived there. No food. No bedding. Nothing. Yet every clock inside the church, 5 different clocks, showed the exact same time. 11:14. None were running. Behind the altar was a locked storage room. The county had never found the key. After removing the old lock, I stepped inside. Dust covered everything, except one wooden chair. Someone had recently been sitting there, facing the wall. Not the room. Just the wall. Scratched into the wood were hundreds of names, each followed by a single year. The final name had no year. Ethan Carter. My name. Perfectly carved. I froze. I had never been there before. I convinced myself it was a prank. Someone had found out I was coming. It had to be. Then the church bell rang. Once. Twice. 3 times. There was no rope attached anymore. I had checked. The sound wasn't loud. It echoed through the walls. And then, voices. Soft. Almost whispering. Not prayers. Not words. Just humming. Dozens of people humming the same melody. Like a congregation waiting for service to begin. I rushed outside. My truck was gone. Not stolen. Gone. The gravel where it had been parked looked untouched. As if nothing had ever been there. The road leading back into town was hidden beneath thick fog. I couldn't see more than 20 feet. Then the front doors slammed shut behind me. By themselves. I grabbed the handle. Locked. No lock existed on that side. Inside. The humming stopped. Silence. Then one voice spoke. Not loudly. Not angrily. Almost kindly. Service is starting. The church bell rang again. This time, from inside the building. Impossible. The bell tower was empty. I had climbed it earlier. Every window began glowing with warm candlelight. Faces appeared behind the stained glass. Men, women, children, standing perfectly still, watching me. None moved. None blinked. When lightning flashed, every face disappeared. When darkness returned, they were back. Closer. I don't remember how I escaped. Search and rescue volunteers found me wandering 6 miles away at sunrise. Barefoot. My truck was eventually discovered parked exactly where I had left it. The keys were still in my pocket. The county canceled the restoration project. Officially, they blamed structural damage. Unofficially, every worker they sent afterward quit before finishing the first day. No one explained why. Months later, I developed the inspection photos. Every room appeared exactly as I remembered. Except one. The storage room. The wooden chair was occupied. A man wearing a black pastor's coat sat facing the wall. His reflection looked directly into the camera. I never returned to Ash Hollow. But every few weeks, an envelope arrives at my house. No stamp. No return address. Inside is a church bulletin. The date is always next Sunday. My name is printed under one line. Volunteer greeter. And at the bottom, one sentence. The doors only lock from the outside once.